and welcome to the 3 by the Sea Designs YouTube channel. My name is Kim, and this podcast is all about the 3 by the Sea Designs life. My mom, Dreama, and my sister, Becky, and I, we have a shop where we sell our hand-dyed yarn, our handmade project bags, and stitch markers. This podcast is mostly about things that we are working on, knitting and crochet related, sometimes other crafts as well. Things that we are working on for the shop, so any shop updates are always here, and just sharing our yarny life here in Florida where we live. So today is Monday, June 26th, 2023, and this is episode 30 of the podcast. I am a little rusty doing this. I feel like I've had to do this intro like a million times already because the last couple of episodes that I've had on the channel have been live episodes. So if you missed those, you can go to the go to our channel page and click on the live section. There's like a videos section and a live section. Click on the lives and it'll show you the last couple of episodes that I have put up here on the channel. So, but it's been a little while since I've actually sat down and recorded an episode. I have a lot to show you and share with you and talk about. So I hope that you enjoy and thank you for watching. At the beginning of June, we had our summer collection update for our shop. We had brand new yarn, stitch markers, project bags. It was such a fun collection full of bright, summery colors. We had this sort of 60s and 70s kind of retro vibes going on with everything. You guys loved the collection. All of the project bags are gone and almost all of the yarn is gone as well. There's just a couple of things left, so I wanted to highlight them here. We did sell out of some of the yarn and we were able to dye more of it. Just a few things. We don't typically do that. But there were some requests for some things that had sold out, so we were able to dye a few more things. So let me show you what we still have available. They're not available on all bases, but we do have a couple of things left on certain bases. So this is our Flower Power colorway. I think we only have a couple of them left on our Destin base, which is a DK 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. So we have a couple of Flower Power left. We have just a couple of Get Happy as well. This was our tonal. It is a super fun yellow with lots of different shades of yellow as well as some speckles in there. We only have this available on our Sanibel base, which is a fingering weight, also 75-25. Basically our sock weight yarn. So there's only a couple of them left on that base only. Everything else is gone. We have a couple of our smooth sailing sock sets left. This was a really beautiful blue with some sort of almost watercolor colors in it. It's got some purples and pinks and greens and yellows all throughout the skein, very subtle. It's gonna give it a very watercolored look to your project, gorgeous. And it came with 2 minis, this yellow and pink. So we have a couple of them left on our Sanibel sock set, as well as our DK sock set. I think there might only be one of these left on the DK. So that is smooth sailing. And then the other base we have left on smooth sailing is our St. Augustine base, which is our lace weight Surrey alpaca and silk blend. These two together would be so gorgeous. So that's it for big skeins. We do have a few of the mini skeins left. The sets that we had, these were our fade sets. So this one is called Watermelon. It's 5 20-gram minis. And they are faded from light to dark. Each mini is 20 grams. I think I said that already. So that was watermelon. We also have just a couple of shaved ice left, not very many, but these blues are so vibrant and bright and beautiful. And I'm actually making something with these that I'll show you in just a few minutes. And then we also have a few of our waffle cone left. This brown is so pretty. It's almost like a honey type of brown. It reminds me of something with honey in it. Just a really sweet, sweet color. I love the fade on it. It would make something so, so beautiful. These together with Get Happy, I think would look so cute in the shaved ice and the watermelon. This would be a beautiful combination as well. To have, to hold this double with the shaved ice minis to make something very stunning. You could also hold these with smooth sailing as well. They would match. You could use, I know we only have this left in DK, but you could hold these double and we could make something with flower power and watermelon. So there's lots of options left still. Like I said, they're not available on all bases, but go take a look at the shop and see if there's anything left that you like. Starting on July 1st, we are gonna have a new colorway in the shop, actually 3 new colorways. It's 1 variegated and 2 new tonals that are perfect for summertime. You may have already seen them when if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, because we had a really fun 6-year anniversary giveaway over on our Instagram account. And we gave away this beautiful, I'll put a picture up. It was a beautiful project bag and 2 skeins of yarn as well as 2 progress keepers. It was such a fun giveaway. You guys absolutely loved it. And so many people asked us about that colorway and if it was going to be in the shop. So we decided, yes, we're going to add Coral Reef to the shop. That's the name of the colorway, is Coral Reef. It reminds us so much of the coral reef that is down in South Florida. There's actually a few of them down there in the Florida Keys, and we thought it was very special and unique to us here in Florida because in the continental US, we are the only area that has a reef. So between the beautiful colors in the project bag and then pictures that we found of the reef itself down in South Florida, we came up with this colorway. So this is Coral Reef. Let me take the band off. It has a beautiful mix of colors. It's got blues and greens, yellows, purples, pinks. You name it, it's in there. I am making something with this colorway because I was so curious to see what it would look like knit up. So I will show that to you in just a little while. So this is Coral Reef. We will also have it available as a sock set. Look how gorgeous those minis are. So it'll be available as a single or a sock set on our Sanibel base, which is our fingering weight. Then we have it on our DK base as a single, as well as a sock set, same color for the minis. These minis we have named because these are our 2 tonals that go with this colorway. So this coral pink color is called Sea Fan. I'm gonna put a picture up of it here of some of the corals that are in South Florida that look exactly like this. So this is Sea Fan, and the blue is called Blue Tang, which is named after a fish that is that exact same color. There's blue tangs all over the place in coral reefs around the world. We do have a blue tang here in Florida as well that is that really bright, vibrant blue. So sea fan and blue tang and coral reef. This is DK sock set and DK singles. And then we are also going to have it available on our coquina base, which is our merino cashmere nylon blend. It is a fingering weight. It is so beautiful and so soft, and the colors are so vibrant and bright on our coquina base. So our Destin base, the DK, and our cashmere coquina base are very limited in quantities. So if you would like to have, if there's a sweater's quantity or really 3 or more skeins that you would like to have, they may not be available that many to purchase when we do our update. So if you need, let's say you want, 6 DKs because you want to make a sweater or something, message us before the update, and if we have the undyed yarn in stock, then we can set up a custom listing for you. That way, during the update, you're not scrambling to try to get what you want quantity-wise. We always have tons of sock sets and tons of singles for Sanibel because that is by far our most popular base. But we don't have as many quantities of the Destin base and the coquina base. So if you're looking for a larger quantity, and especially with Destin, because it's a DK weight, and you will need typically, if you're going to make a larger project like a sweater or a top, you're going to need more than 3 or 4 skeins. So if you do, just message us or email us. We will try to accommodate you that way beforehand. That way you're not, like I said, scrambling during the update to try to get the quantities that you want. We will try our best to accommodate you if we have the extra yarn available. These are the 2 beautiful tonals that go with Coral Reef. This is Sea Fan and this is Blue Tang. Look how stunning those are together. This would make such beautiful contrast colors for your color work. And when you put them all 3 together, they just look so gorgeous together. The 3 of these would make such a beautiful project. And then of course the sock set, that was the 2 minis that I was talking about in the sock set. So that is our new yarn that is coming to the shop on July 1st, which is Saturday. Our shop will update at noon Eastern time on Saturday. A couple of things that I thought looked really pretty together that we had from past colorways. Let me show you. I thought that Serene looked really pretty with this. We have a couple of these left on our coquina base, and I think Lilac looks pretty with it as well. We also pulled Satchel because we think Satchel goes so well with Sea Fan. Those look really pretty together. You could also pair Satchel with Blue Tang as well. I think you could anyway. Those 3 together look really pretty. Okay, what else? Oh, the minis sets. So Shaved Ice looks really pretty with our Sea Fan. It also looks really pretty with Coral Reef, and this is the project that I'm making together, these 2. I keep saying I'll show it to you, but I promise I will. So these 2 look really pretty together as well. You could also use watermelon with this. You could use watermelon with this as well. that is what's going on. Oh, I think this looks good together too, actually. Waffle cone and sea fan. That looks really pretty together too. A few more things for shop news. Also in July, we are gonna have some Christmas themed stitch markers back in the shop for Christmas in July. These are things that we have had in the past. I think there's a couple of new things as well that we have not had yet in the shop. So they will only be available for the month of July, and then again towards the end of the year when we do our Christmas update. But so on July 1st, when we add the new Coral Reef collection, there will also be the Christmas collection of stitch markers as well there. Our next mystery sock set will be August, at the end of August. This is going to be, I'm not going to tell you the theme yet, but it's going to be something Halloween related because it's going to ship out at the end of September, and you'll get it just in time for some fun October Halloween projects. And then our fall update, our next collection, the fall collection update will be early September. It's a couple of months away, but I wanted to let you know a tentative date. We're already starting to make everything, and you guys are gonna love it. Starting on July 1st, we are going to have free shipping in our Etsy shop for orders over $150. We, for a long time, had free shipping on orders over $35. And while that is a wonderful offer that you can give to your customers, because of the increases in costs for shipping supplies, as well as the shipping itself, I think the post office has increased the rates for shipping 3 or 4 times just in the last year alone. So we are still gonna have free shipping. It's just going to be on orders over $150. A lot of you spend that much anyway, so it's really, nothing will change for you. And we still wanted to have some type of offer for you, but we were looking at the numbers of everything that has increased. I'm sure you guys have been feeling that as well. And I mean, the amount of money that we're spending on shipping and shipping supplies is astronomical. I mean, it's in the thousands of dollars every month that we're spending on shipping. So we will still have free shipping. It will just be on orders over $150. During updates, if you make multiple orders, we will try our hardest to combine those things and give you one shipping rate. It's not always possible for us to do that, and when on update times, when we get hundreds of orders, it can be a bit confusing for us. So, you know, I know that I've said in the past to go for what you want first and then go back and get more, just to make sure that you get what you want. And it's not that you can't do that still, but you might incur 2 different shipping charges. And like I said, we will try our best to be able to ship those together to you and combine the shipping. Make sure that you leave us a message, leave us a note on the order when you're ordering, or send us a message immediately afterwards so we know to combine your orders. We'll be happy to do that if we have the time and the capabilities to sit down and figure out who all had combined orders. So I think that's pretty much it for shop news. I know that was a lot of information, but it's been a little while since we've sat down and had a chat, so there was a lot to go over with you. The only other thing I wanted to ask you guys about is we are thinking about doing some type of swap in our Facebook group, and it would be probably in the fall. So we haven't worked out any of the logistics yet. We were just wondering if you guys would be interested in doing some type of fun swap where we pair you with a partner and you guys swap whatever we decide to swap. It would probably be yarn or stitch markers or maybe a combination of things. We're not exactly sure yet, but we just wanted to get an idea and see if anybody would be interested in doing a fun yarny swap in our Mermakers Facebook group. It's a way for everybody to kind of get to know each other on a personal level, and for us to just build our little community in our group. So let me know in the comments if you would be interested in doing some type of swap. It wouldn't be anything super costly or anything where, you know, you wouldn't have to use certain things. You could use something from Stash or something like that. So let us know if you would be interested in doing something like that, and we will set something up. We're still also planning some type of knit group, whether it's virtual or in person or both. We're still sort of working out the logistics of that as well, but we'll let you know. If you're not part of our Mermakers Facebook group, go to the description box below and there's a link there where you can join. All right, so let's get to some projects. So I'm pretty sure I have not shown you this finished object. I was looking back at past the last couple of episodes, and I was almost finished with these socks. So I do actually have a finished object to show you. And that is my DK weight striped Scrappy vanilla socks. So I used the Candy Hearts minis set that we had in the shop back earlier at the beginning of this year. And I held them double with a bare yarn. Oh, actually I have them here, let me show you. This is what's left over of my Candy Hearts minis. And I held them double with this, our Amelia base. This is a stellina. I don't know if it's gonna show up on the camera, but it's got some gorgeous, gorgeous stellina, silver stellina in it. So I held these double, and I just followed a vanilla sock DK weight pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. But I did modify my stitch count. Normally I use a, normally I cast on 48 stitches, and for these I cast on 52 because I wanted them to be a little bit bigger, and they're not meant to like go in my shoes or anything. In fact, I won't be able to wear these at all until winter time because they are so thick, but they're so soft and squishy, and I can't wait to wear them around the house during winter time because I have hardwood floors in my house and they get very cold and drafty. My house is a very old house. It's over 100 years old, and it gets very cold and drafty in here. So even though it's Florida in the winter time, this house is freezing. So these will be really nice to have this winter. So I'm very excited about these. I love how I striped them. I started with purple and went down like reverse order of the rainbow. I don't know why I did that. I guess because purple is my favorite color, so I wanted to start with the purple, and then I also did purple on the heel, and then when I got to the heel turn, I switched to pink because I knew my next stripe was going to be pink, so I switched to pink on the heel turn. I probably did that because I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough yarn. I don't know, but I just thought that looked cute. So that's that. I have plenty left over to make something else or to use them for scraps or anything like that. So that's my one and only finished object. The next project I have is a new cast on. Actually, you have not seen this. This is the project I'm using with the coral, our new coral reef colorway. It's called the In the Waves Cowl by Telly Bean Knits, which is Stephanie. And this is the cowl that I'm making. It's one of her brand new patterns. And I thought it's called In the Waves. And I know this is a black and white, so you can't see the contrast, but I'll put a picture up of it here of the contrast because I thought between our Shaved Ice Minis fade set and Coral Reef. That was a really cool contrast to do with this pattern. So this is Coral Reef caked up. And then I'm using the, like I said, I'm using all of the minis from our Shaved Ice fade set. So pretty all together. So here is what I have so far. I'm actually over halfway done. It's been a really fun knit. Let's see, I'm in the round, so it's kind of hard to show at this point. So here's what I have so far. This is the top. And this is the back, and that's the front. So right now I'm working on the waves section. And I'm fading in those blues. So I started with the lightest one. There's 7 stripes going down the cowl. And then in between the stripes, there's these lacy, sort of wavy looking areas. So since there's 7 stripes and only 5 colors in our fade set, what I'm gonna do is, this is color 1 for the blues. Then I did 2 of color 2. Then I did a color 3. And when I'm saying color 1, 2, and 3, I'm talking about like color 1, color 2, color 3, 4, 5. So I did color 1, color 2, 2, color 3. Then my next stripe, I'm gonna do 2 of color 4. And then the last stripe will be color 5. So it will fade from light to dark. I really love it. I love the Coral Reef. There's so many fun pops of color in the Coral Reef. You've got like bright yellows and neon greens. You've got little specks of coral all throughout, little pops of pink and purple, and then of course that bright, bright blue. So I'm really enjoying it. So this area here had some color work. It's not really color work. It's not strained color work. It's like slip stitch color work. So it's super easy to do. And I'm really, really loving it. I started it probably about a week ago. I think I started it, and I've been working on it almost every day. From start to finish. If this was the only thing you were working on, you could get it done in a couple of days. It's fingering weight, so it's perfect for Florida, and it's nice and open. The stitches are so open and lacy right in this area, which I also love because it's not gonna be, I'll be able to wear this on a cool fall day, or a cool spring day as well, not just in the winter time. But I love that it's so bright and cheery and colorful. So that is the In the Waves cowl, and I'm really excited about finishing it and blocking it and having it ready to go for the cooler months later in the year. I love that I am gonna have a sample to show you guys too for Coral Reef, because I have a feeling this is a colorway that we're gonna have around for a long, long time. It's perfect for where we live, the colorway, and it brings a little bit of our area of the country or the world to you if you have the Coral Reef colorway as well. What else can I say about this project? I'm using the called for needle sizes. You start off knitting it flat and then you join it in the round. Her patterns are really cool. She has a lot of like a lot of cowl patterns that are absolutely beautiful. I bought another one too. I can't remember which one it is, but I bought another one. I'm pretty sure this cowl pattern is on sale too on her website. Check out her website. I'll link it below. The needle size that I'm using is a US 4 3.5 millimeter. And I'm pretty sure that's what was called for in the pattern. So I'm really, really, really enjoying that. Oh, and I have it in my VW beachy bag that we had in the shop last summer. This was a really popular one. Okay, let's see what else. I have lots of socks going on because it's summer sock camp with the crazy sock lady, of course. So this bag is a bag that I bought, oh, when did I buy this? I don't know, either last year or the year before, from the Creative Knitter. She has a yarn shop in Canada, and she also sells things online, her yarn and her bags. And I just loved the fabric. I thought it was really cute. So I bought this for socks. Oh yeah, look at my pin. This is from the Crazy Sock Lady from a couple years ago. And then this one is one of my favorites. It's Too People-y Outside. A long time ago, we had these in the shop, these pins. Okay, so I am making a pair of socks for my son, and I am using, the yarn I'm using is, oops, from String Theory Colorworks, and it is a self-striping yarn. This is her label. The colorway is called Exoplanet. So let me show you what the cake looks like. This is what the cake looks like. It's a 3-stripe color repeat self-striping yarn. And here is the sock so far. I'm loving it. So my son is 14 and I asked him if he liked these colors and he said yes. So he's fine with it. I think they're really cool colors. I'm using a contrast color for the heel. It's a gray color. I'm almost positive this gray is from, honestly, actually, I don't remember where this gray is from. I wanted to say it was from a Row 1 mini, but I'm not sure if that's the case. But anyway, it's just a light silvery gray that I thought looked nice to have as a contrast. The heel, I'm using a vanilla sock pattern, no pattern really, just kind of following a vanilla pattern. And I did use the umbrella or the butterfly heel from K. Jones from the Bakery Bears because I really like that heel. So like I was saying, this colorway is called Exoplanet. She tells you on here, I've had this yarn forever. This is one of the very first colorways that I ever bought, like 6 years ago. And I've had it forever and I knew I wanted to make my son socks with it. So I finally started. But I like how she says on her cuff, I'll show you. So she tells you the colorway name and then she tells you the stripe pattern. 10 rows of blue, 10 rows of lilac, and 10 rows of light green. Stripe width will vary depending on tension, needle size, and sock diameter. This dyer, I've met her actually. When I bought the yarn, I met her, and I'm pretty sure she still lives in Florida. I met her at a yarn event a long time ago. But anyway, I don't know if she's still selling. I'm almost positive she still sells yarn. So check her out, String Theory Colorworks. If I can find a link like to her website or her Etsy page, if she has one, then I will link it down below. My mom was so sweet and she gave me one of our drawstring bags from our shop update. This was an extra that we had and that we didn't sell in the shop because it had a little blemish on the fabric, so we decided not to add it. And she gave it to me. I was so excited. I don't have one of our extra large drawstrings yet. We will have a few of these for every shop update that we do in, you know, whatever print that is in season. So this was our, I think we called it Feelin' Groovy. So I'm really excited to get the blanket that I'm working on for Olivia. I don't really have much progress to show on it, so I'm not going to show it this time because I've only done, I think, a couple of stripes. But I'm actually at the halfway point on it, so now I'll start decreasing. So next podcast, I'll show you some progress on her blanket. And I think I'm going to put it in this bag because it's big enough now to where it would fit in here. A couple more sock projects that I have going. I think I actually have like 3 more sock projects going, but again, it's summer sock camp, so. So I'm making a pair of Rhinebeck roomies. This is a pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. It's a really fun pattern. And, oops. I'm using our Serene colorway, which is one of our tonals. And then I went into my row 1 minis and pulled out this blue. Let me see if I can find the little tag to tell you who the blue is by. It looks like this. It's really, really pretty. And I just thought it looks nice with the Serene. I wanted a contrast color for the heel. Okay, so this is called Medianoche. The yarn dyer is RMR Yarn Co. This was a yarn, not a yarnable, a row 1 mini from when I had the subscription last year. So I actually miss my row 1 subscription, and I don't even know, I still have tons of minis left to use, but I miss getting it every month because it was fun to see all the different colors. But anyway, so that's what I'm using for the contrast. And this is what I have so far. I really am enjoying this pattern. It's mindless enough to where you memorize it very quickly, but it gives you enough interest to where it's not that vanilla socks are boring to me, because they're not at all, but it just gives you a little bit more than vanilla, and the squish on them is so nice. It's got lots of stretch and they're very, very squishy. So I'm very much so enjoying this pattern. I only have this done so far. I'm making a sock out of our Get Happy colorway. I showed this to you guys in the beginning. This is what it looks like caked up. And I'm making a pair of shorty socks, actually. This is the first one done so far. They're so cute. I love all of the pops of color in here. So the DK, remember we still have this available in our DK weight. If you wanted to make a pair of DK socks, you could. It's really, really cute. I love how bright the yellow is in it. You can see like those little blips of neon yellow in there. So the pattern isn't like a specific pattern. I wanted to make a pair of shorties. So I did a 2x2 ribbing for the cuff, and I think I did 12 rows. And then I kept going with the ribbing on the heel. So if you can see, this heel is not a slip stitch heel flap or even just a plain stockinette heel. It's like a 2x2 ribbing heel. I just did 2x2 across. And then I started, I did the heel turn and picked up the stitches on the side for the gusset, just like you normally would. These are for my daughter, Olivia. She, I told you guys, if you're a viewer for a long time, you know she just bought her own condo. She's moved in, and that's another reason why I gotta get going on her blanket. I gotta get it finished because her house is pretty much, I mean, it's not fully set up as far as like, she still has things to get that she needs, but I was just there yesterday, and I was in her room, and I was like, oh, her blanket's gonna look so cute laying here on her bed. So I was like, I've got to get it done. But anyway, she has hardwood floors in her condo as well. And I thought she might enjoy having some shorty socks to wear because she likes to wear socks in the house. So I thought she might like some shorty socks. So these are for Olivia. This is the swatch that I made for Flower Power. I don't think I ever showed this on the regular podcast. And this was done in DK weight, this swatch. Such a pretty, fun colorway. And I have a feeling we'll bring Flower Power back again at some point because it was really fun and super, super popular. So that is 2 more socks. Goodness gracious. I have 1 more pair of socks to show you. All of that stuff that I just showed you, those 2 pairs of socks, are in this project bag. This is our sock size. So that shows you can fit 2 sock projects in our small zipper sock size bag. The last pair I have to show you are in our Happy Campers bag. This is our new size, our sock size drawstring. And I love it. So I'm using our Peace Love Punch Bug colorway, which we actually just sold out of yesterday. I absolutely love it. Let me show you the yarn. This is what the yarn looks like caked up. Peace Love Punch Bug. It's a fun mix of oranges and pastel rainbow colors with some creams and some really light browns. And I have the first sock done. It's a shorty. These are also for Olivia. These are like super shorties because I did only 5 or 6 rows for the cuff. And then I immediately started the heel. I did the butterfly heel again from Kate Jones. And I just love how they turned out. So cute. Oh, and I also did the rounded toe. What does she call it? The, not the butterfly. She calls it the umbrella toe. It's like a rounded toe. So I've got the first one finished and I have cast on the second one. I just, let's see, I'm through the cuff and the 5 rounds. Oh, that must be what I did. I did 5 rounds for the cuff and then 5 rounds of just in the round stockinette. And then I started the heel because I'm ready to start the heel on this one. So I have done the 5 rounds. So that's it. I'm also using a US 1 2.25 millimeter for these as well. So it's a lot of socks, a lot of projects. I am sort of on hold making socks for myself right now. Most of these are for my son Ryan. Well, those striped pair are for my son Ryan, and the others are for Olivia. Because I have so many socks. I was even thinking about next episode doing a sock, finished sock parade for you. To show all of the different socks that I have made over the years. I thought that might be fun to show you because I have so many that unless it's a pattern that I really, really want to make for myself, I'm going to just be making socks for other people for now, which I love doing. So it still gives, like, I love making socks anyway. So it's just something that I really enjoy, especially to give to my family members. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you is this pattern that I bought called 2 Heels and a Toe. It's a sock pattern. Her name on Instagram is something Wolf. I will put it below the screen here and I will link it because it's not in the pattern. Her name is not in her pattern. But I will link it below. Where I found the pattern, and I'll put it up here on the screen. Anyway, I thought it was really cool because it's a way to make 2 at a time socks. So it says 2 heels and a toe makes knitting 2 at a time vanilla socks a breeze. This vanilla recipe combines simple techniques that quickly create a pair of comfy socks. So forget second sock syndrome and let's get knitting. I have second sock syndrome like crazy. I impulse cast on, and then by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh, I don't want to make the second sock because I either want to see what the yarn looks like or I love the pattern or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I get second sock syndrome a lot. So I was thinking this would be a cool way to do 2 at a time, but not having to have multiple cakes of yarn at once. It's a paid for pattern, so I can't say too much about it, like the technique, but go to her Instagram because she shows you there. She also has some tutorials on her YouTube to show you what she does. But she basically makes a long tube with 2 heels and a toe. So I was thinking with this sock, I know I already put my cuff in. In the pattern, she says you start with a provisional cast on and you immediately start the leg. And by the end of it, you're gonna have a long tube with 2 heels and a toe when you finish off. And then I guess you go back and do the cuffs. Which is why the pattern is called 2 heels and a toe. But I already have this cuff, so I may continue with her technique, and she shows you how to do it. I may continue on with her technique, even though I have the cuff here. That's okay. With this one, and see if I like her, if I like doing it in that technique. It's just something different. And so basically you just keep going with it. You do have to do some things, and she shows you what to do. You do have to do some things in between the socks, like in between sock 1 and starting sock 2. So I would highly recommend, if you get second sock syndrome or you're looking for an easier way of doing 2 at a time socks, I highly recommend trying this pattern and at least going and looking at her pictures on her Instagram and seeing if it's something that you think that you might enjoy. I'm gonna try it and I'll report back and let you guys know what I think. I did get some Happy Mail from my Avery Lane subscription. This is Avery Lane Creations. I have her monthly subscription box. And for May, it was called Celebration. We are celebrating the ALC Yarn Club's 3rd birthday. The colorway this month will surely make you want to do a happy dance. So this is what the yarn looked like. It's so beautiful. It's called Happy Dance. I get the DK weight, and it's an 85/15 superwash merino and nylon. But look at all the speckles with the pink. So, so pretty. And her extras this month were a soak wool wash. And it's called Celebration. And then I got a mini, one-of-a-kind finger paint, 100% superwash merino, worsted weight. Ooh, it's so, so soft. So I got a worsted weight mini, which is fun. Don't have too many of those. And then I got a stitch marker that says ALC Yarns. So that was a really fun Happy Mail to open. I have saved all of my Avery Lane yarns that I've gotten from her subscription so far, because I'm thinking I either want to make a shawl or a blanket with them. Next episode, I will show you everything I have so far for them, and I could probably do a really nice gradient fade with what I have so far. So that will be something to chat about next episode. I think that is it for all of everything I have to show you today. Don't forget that this coming Saturday, is our little Coral Reef collection update, as well as our stitch markers for Christmas in July. And there's still a couple of things left from our summer collection as well that are there that kind of go with the Coral Reef stuff. I'll be back in probably 2 weeks to do a regular episode. I may do some lives in between then, I don't know for sure. But I will update everyone on Instagram and Facebook in our Mermakers group to let you all know. So make sure that you follow us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and join our Fun Mermakers Facebook group. It's a private group, and it's a lot of fun. A good group of people in there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of everything from the new yarn. If you ever have any questions or comments about anything, feel free to reach out. You can comment below, you can message us on Etsy, you can email us. All of our contact information is down below in the box, and everything I talked about today, if it's from another shop, then I will link them below for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're having a wonderful summer so far. If you're a sock knitter, I hope you're enjoying summer sock camp. If you don't know what sock camp is, go check out Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady on YouTube as well as Instagram. She has a really fun sock knit along or make along going on right now. Every summer, we just make socks. So it's really fun to do that. So all right, I will see you guys again in 2 weeks. Take care and happy making. Bye.